Lots of reaction to the Supreme Court ruling, a 6-3 decision on the president's tariffs today. Let's talk about that and more with Yaël Ossowski from the Consumer Choice Center. Up late with me tonight here once again on the Final Five. First of all, good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Jim. Pleasure to be here.
One of the things you said today was separation of powers always wins. That seems to be at the crux of the ruling and something that Justice Gorsuch just especially drove home. I want to get your reaction to this coming down. Was it a surprise that this Supreme Court ruled 6-3?
Well, I think for many people who've been watching this, it's the actual Liberation Day. We've been kind of waiting for this. It's something that a lot of, I think, Europeans, Canadians, international people don't understand about our American system is that we do have separation of powers. And what the Supreme Court has done now is actually just delineated and said the president cannot do this. He cannot take all of these tariffs, take them out, raise these prices because they are taxes on consumers. That's what the legislative branch is for. It took the Supreme Court, our judicial branch, to say that. But I think it's a good moment of clarity, not only for the American system, but also for trade, for people who are going to be importing things, people buying things. So overall, a pretty good day for consumers and definitely for Americans overall, too.
If this is so crucial for the president, these tariffs, what he says is a way to even the playing field when it comes to trade with the U.S. and around the world. Now the ball would ostensibly be in the hands of Congress here to make some sort of action, to do something. The president seems to be comfortable with another round of blanket tariffs, 10% using a different law here. What's it going to take for people on Capitol, for lawmakers, for the president's party to get on board with some sort of legislative fix, or will that happen at all?
Well, Trump has the power of the bully puppet. But the bully puppet for him is very strong, and Trump has a commanding voice in this. And Congress has been following his lead. You even saw it in the statement by a representative and Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who said, you know, the Congress and the administration are of one mind. So obviously Congress would like to do something. The thing is they've had time. They could have codified this. They've had many opportunities to weigh in on these tariffs, either for or against, and they still haven't done it. If you actually put the question to the broader Congress, I don't really think it's even going to pass. I think this is something you could do piecemeal. You could have a various percentage, but there's no way you're going to do across the board tariffs all across the world. It's going to be very complicated. So this is one thing to where Trump is going to benefit in the short term because there's definitely going to be a lot of gains in the stock market. People are going to be spending a lot more. I think a lot of people who are going to be buying products are going to be doing that a lot more as well. But I think Congress right now is just going to follow the president's lead. There's not going to be anything big that comes of it, but there's definitely going to be a lot of statements, a lot of things put out online, a lot of opining, but really no big changes in Congress right now because Trump has the power, and that's how he's going to communicate it.
I think we're going to see that in full display during the State of the Union next week, especially with as he said, with some of these Supreme Court justices. I hope they don't come, but we'll see what happens there. I'm curious when we talk about regulation when it comes to something that you're very passionate about, the consumer angle as being part of the Consumer Choice Center. There's been talk about the $175 billion or so that has been paid out in tariffs by way of companies, by way of American consumers. How much did it cost families at this point? And does this ruling meaningfully change that?
Yeah, I think, I mean, what this ruling really does is just, again, delineates the power of what the president was allowed to do and whether it should have been a legislative act. And I think the Supreme Court rightly saw that is not something that President Trump could do. This is not something that actually was an emergency, the way that he initiated it. And for the American families that have been paying more, and everybody has seen it. Everybody's seen it in their receipts. Everybody has seen it when they've shopped online and they swipe their card somewhere. So I think that the bigger bureaucratic mess is how exactly this money is going to be redistributed. There's definitely going to be a lot of very concrete mechanisms that will be put into place either at Treasury or the Department of Commerce. It's going to be a lot. And realistically, we have to think that it's been American families and consumers who have been paying this. There's a lot of focus on sort of foreign exporters, importers, but realistically, it's been you and me and our wallet. So having this ruling now, actually putting that down, laying it down that this is actually a congressional power and not that of the president, means that there's a bit more certainty. Does it mean that prices will fall tomorrow? No. Obviously, bureaucratic inertia is one thing, but I do hope it brings a little bit more clarity and we could see some more economic growth in the end once this is kind of put away.
Obviously, we are far from done on this, and the debate continues. And obviously, as mentioned, the president trying to use a different law to lay these out. So I know this process is just beginning. But hey, great to see you again. Appreciate it, Yaël Ossowski from the Consumer Choice Center, and really kind of you're all our go-tos when it comes to this sort of thing. So I'm glad you joined us tonight. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thank you so much.
We're back after this.